Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Guys, in this video I'm going to explain to you how you can quantify your trades before you BTC. What BTC means, guys? Buy to close those options. For those of you that do trade options, that's what I'm talking about. Because the thing is, I see a lot of people asking, especially in our community, what do I do in terms of do my BTC on those cash secure put options that are open and it is making money? Because times like this, when the market's pretty much going to the all-time highs, your time decay is going to start to evaporate pretty much in a matter of 24 hours when you have something like this going crazy out of elections or interest rates or any kind of news. What do? Do you close the trade? Do you leave the trade open? What do you do? And I'm going to show you guys what I do myself, which it is taking, guys, IROR into consideration, okay? My initial rate of return, and then I'm going to compare to my FROR, my final rate of return. Because when you analyze this whole thing here, you can have an idea if you should close the trade or leave the trade open, because it's all about mitigating risk, okay? If you go to TastyWorks here, and by the way, just going back here, for those of you that are here for the first time on my channel, guys, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, be part of the community. I've got plenty, guys, plenty of contents here for free, so you guys can go and learn and educate yourself, so you don't need to spend any money on anything when it comes to trading options. I've got everything here set up to you guys can see, and I'm gonna keep putting more and more contents on a weekly basis. And for those of you that never trade option before, don't forget, we got here a playlist how to trading options from zero to hero. You're gonna learn here pretty much everything, guys, when it comes to option trading basics. And from here, of course, you can keep improving yourself. And I'm also going to improve this list here, so you guys can have all these playlists for free on YouTube, okay? But without further ado, let's get on to the video. So going here to TastyWorks, as you guys can see, I have a trade open here on SoFi, okay, which it is pretty much the SoFi Technology and ordinary shares, whatever they might be. So I've opened this trade here on I think it was on 29th of October. I'm gonna show you guys in a second the spreadsheet. When I opened this trade here, it was pre-earnings, and I got here $1. Why? Because those times just before earnings, what we're gonna see is a massive pop in volatility, and these are the times we're going to sell an option. Why? Because remember, guys, we live and breathe volatility. We pretty much sell volatility on a daily basis, and if you don't have a clue what volatility means when it comes to sell options, guys, just don't sell it. Simple. Because that's how we make our money. We make our money on those pop in volatilities, because what's gonna happen is the market is gonna really overprice the price of that option. And if that option, historical volatility in relation to implied volatility, has a massive discrepancy, in other words, a massive gap, this is when we sell. And that's why I got $1 and I sold this option here. And right now, as you guys can see, it's trading here for 40 cents. And if I'm going to close, remember, we sold here to open. Now we're going to buy to close. Very important. And for those of you as well doesn't have a clue what I'm talking about, I got all this thing in my channel. I got 4 videos on sell to open, buy to close, buy to open, and sell to close. And I explain here each one in a separate video, so you guys can learn what you mean, okay? So right now, if I press here the mid price, as you guys can see, I can get 42 cents. So basically, I can capture here 58% of this trade. Okay, 58%. Now you need to ask yourself a few questions. What is my DIT? Okay, and second one, what is my FOR? Forget about this O here. FROR. What's my DIT? How many days in the trade I have in this trade? And what's my final annualized rate of return? Once you calculate these two here, guys, if your initial criteria meets whatever it is, close the trade. It doesn't make sense for us to leave the trade open if we have capitalized already 60% in a week, or maybe 50% in 2 weeks, and we have, let's say, another 2 weeks to go. It doesn't make sense. That's what I need to do, because right now I know I can get 42%, 42 cents on this trade out of the dollar. But what do I do with these 42 cents? Because sometimes it might just worth to let the trade open, because I might not find another good chance like I did. It's better to leave this trade open and get the rest here, let's say at least another 30 cents, then close the trade and I have nothing else to trade. If it doesn't meet my criteria. Of course, if it does, I'm closing no matter what, okay? And that's what I'm going to explain to you guys. So what you're going to do is, you're going to come here to something like this that I put together myself, and I'm going to make this available for all of you guys so you can have something. But basically, it's very simple. Very simple. As you guys can see, we sold here to open one SoFi on 29th of October, and then that was going to expire on 20th of December of 2024. The price was trading 10.45. Our strike price was $11. Why? Simple. Okay, we had a massive pop in volatility. SoFi dropped quite a lot of that day of the earnings, and was trading at 10.45, and I sold here in the money 11 strike price. That's the power of trading options. If you know what you're doing, guys, it's a big deal. Like I always say and repeat in this channel, people lose their money trading option on things you don't know what they're doing. Once you know what you're doing, there's plenty of things you can do. Like in this case here, I sold in the money. Why? To capitalize the volatility and the intrinsic value. Because remember, when you trade here out of the money, just for the sake of you guys can learn a little bit, we're just gonna capture here the EV. But once you trade something in the money, especially cash secure put, you're gonna capitalize the EV plus the IV, which it is what I'm doing right now, okay? And as you guys can see here on this chart here, the IVR was 35, IVP was 78. That's how much the buying power the broker required to open the trade. So I think it was this one here, if I'm not wrong. And that's how much we capture on that trade, which was $1. So in other words, we capture here $100, because this $1 here, we have to multiply there by 100. And the day that I opened the trade, my annualized rate of return, my rate of return for that trade was 9.1%. Okay, 9.1%. That's not too bad. Why? Because I was on that trade for about, that trade was, if I go back here, that trade was 40, which one is the one? 52 DTE. All right. And then I was also managed to capitalize in about 9.1%. If you can make 9% every 50 days, guys, it's amazing. Which bank, which other kind of investments, financial investment, you can make 9% on your money in 50 days? That ain't gonna happen. And that's what I always say to you guys, for those of you, doctors, lawyers, builders, electricians, carpenters, whatever you do in your life, this is the best way to invest money. There's no other way whatsoever. And that's come from someone that have done everything you can possibly in your life. Everything. From the bottom to the top. From the bottom without any degree, all the way to the top with the quantitative finance degree. This is the best way to make your money, to make money for you guys. The best ever. And in this case here, we're gonna make money going up, sideways, and going down. We got 3 ways to make money in this trade here. Remember, guys, we not trade anything here on margin, anything on leverage, and anything negative here. You can call this a negative put, but at the end of the day, it is a cash secure put option. And annualized, I was going to get 63.8% when I open the trade. And as you guys can see, way above my yearly target, which it is 20%. To be conservative, to be very, very conservative, my goal annualized is 20% per year. I'll be living the dream if I can get 20% per year. So why now? What do I do with this trade? I know I got $1. I know there was 52 DTE. Okay, and why now I have a DIT of 9? In other words, it's 9 days has gone past. What do? I can capture now 58 cents. Should I trade? Should I close or should I let it open? Let's calculate. If I put here, let's say, I'm gonna close the trade at 90 cents. Here we go. No, leave the trade open. It doesn't make sense to close the trade after 9 days, capturing, let's say, 10% of the premium. It doesn't make sense. Why am I gonna close for 90 cents when I capture $1 and I'm gonna leave, what, 90% behind? Doesn't make sense. What about if I do 0.8? Of course it's gonna be green. You know why? Because it's only 9 days. But if I manipulate this thing here to 35, here you go. It doesn't make sense to close the trade. The reason why it makes sense, actually, let me go back here because I need to go this formula back here to my Excel. The reason why it makes sense to close this trade now, okay, and giving here like yes, in other words, it's our criteria, close or not, on 80 cents, we're gonna capture here. Why? Sorry, 80 cents, close at 80 cents, because it's only 9 days. Because yesterday, after the election, everything went to the moon. That's the only reason. But if I was here, let's say, 40 days in this trade, guys, capturing here, closing at 80 cents would make sense whatsoever, okay? But why now? I can close the trade at 42 cents. And as you guys can see, as I mentioned before, I'm gonna capture 58% of the premium that I sold, which is 58 cents out of $1. Should I close the trade? Absolutely yes. Why? Because I am on the trade for a week and so. Week and 2 days. On a trade that has 52 days to expiration. In other words, 52 minus 9, you guys make the maths, 41. Why am I going to be in this trade for 41 more days to capture 42 cents? It doesn't make sense when I'm already capturing here, guys. All this thing here annualized. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close the trade and I'm going to move to another opportunity, or maybe just same trade. But what I'm gonna do is, if I end up closing here, I'm gonna extend my duration, or maybe I can just roll this trade here, because why now? I have 42 DTE. What I can do now is I can expand this thing here to another, let's say 20 to 6 DTEs. If you go back here to TastyWorks, for example, as you guys can see, this is 43 DTE. Okay, 43. So if right now I can close this one here and I go to 60 here, for example. Oh, don't have nothing to 6, but 70, and that's $11. And I open here, as you guys can see, I can collect here another 16 cents. Thank you very much. And don't forget, this is a very small trading account that I'm showing everyone how it is possible to make money, because as you guys can see here on this account, I made a bombshell, guys, in 2023, 2024 by the end of February. Why? Because that's the way and the best way to make money on when any kind of type or type investment available online for us, which it is trading derivatives the right way, with the long term behind your strategy. In other words, whatever happened here, we're going to let Mr. Market to suffer a lot to take the money out of our pocket. Simple. The Mr. Market must work really, really hard to take the money out of our pocket. Otherwise, guess what? We have plenty of time to let him run off steam, then we can steal the money from him, because that's the way it works. This is not trading options, guessing on a support or imaginary resistance. None of those nonsense. Drawing city line on the chart like a 5-year-old can do. No, this is a grown-up strategy. Okay, but of course, you pick your poise. If you want to join our community, feel free. Join our YouTube channel. You can get hold to everything. Trading journal, trading plan, everything, guys, I can show to you. Because the thing is, if you do not make money this way, you're never going to make money online. Forget about those nonsense day trading, short-term trading, pattern trading, none of that crap. This is a long-term investing using options, in other words, derivatives, options and futures. But back to the thing here, I was saying to you guys, I don't want to get carried away and go too far from the tangent here. But as you guys can see, it does make sense. So it's up to me now to close or not. And you have to have something like this for you guys to quantify your trades. Not just like, oh, I close the trade at 75%. Why? Because you run some silly back testing on something that happened for the past 10 years and you cannot replicate anymore. You can't. You absolutely can't. You have to something here to quantify and qualify if it is viable to close the trade, or can let you guys know if you need to make some action or not. In this case, yeah, it does. Or I can roll this trade for a further date, or I can just close and move on to another product. Simple. Very, very simple, okay? By the way, I hope you guys get the point. So this is something that you guys can get hold in our community. Simulators like this, and I got plenty, guys. Things I need to know before you press the trigger. What numbers you need to look after before you press the trigger. All those good stuff in our community, okay? But this in a nutshell, this is what I'm explaining to you guys. Cash secure put options, covered calls, the wheel, strangles, whatever it might be. Can I close? Yes, I can. What should I do? Close or roll? Make your choice, or pick your poison. But at least you know why now. Why now that the maths is telling you you are free to go. You got the green light. From here, it's up to you what path you're going to take in terms of that trade. Close or roll the trade. But at least we know, annualized, it is worth to close the trade. Otherwise, guys, the best trade to do is just not to trade, okay? Thank you very much. I hope all you guys are doing very, very well. No matter where you are in this world, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments behind, smash the like button. That helps us to keep providing content to you guys on a weekly basis. And if you want any kind of video in relation to options, futures, cryptocurrency, whatever, just leave your comments below, okay? All the best, stay safe, and happy investing. Stay safe and happy investing.